What's up? All right, um, I know I could have went live from Big Della, but right now she's on charge. I did not. I haven't even used my camera this week outside of yesterday. So when we came back from glamping or whatever, I didn't even put her on charge. Like I added a new accessory, but that's for another time, another video that's coming to y'all for sure. And then I put her in her station. So right now, her batteries are charging, and she's getting ready. Um, so right now, I'm in the process of rigging out my camera the way that I want to rig it up for what I need it for. And that's funny because I just watched a video today, and I know that I said I was going to only eat what I could consume creatively. Um, and I was just bored today, and so I'm just scrolling on YouTube, just looking for something to do until I get ready to get on the game with my girls. But um I was watching a video from Kofi. I think that's his name, Kobe or Kofi. Either way, he's a big YouTuber, a big YouTuber from Canada, and he put out a video today, and he was talking about the Black Magic Pixis, the rigs, and he had a bunch of different creators, and they were just showing the rigs and what they use it for, and this and this and that and the third, and they got me to thinking. It got me to thinking about when we go out and spend all this money, and I know that's what this live is not about that, but I wanted to bring that to topic. When we go out and spend all this money because we see YouTubers buying this and buying that, and we want to do the same thing, and we half the time don't even use it, right? We half the time don't even use half of the stuff that we buy. That video got me to thinking about to only start buying with intent, like the equipment that I need for what I need it for. Now, earlier on this year, I said I want to get into the videography aspect of a recording. So eventually I will need a V mount battery. But while I'm just doing my passion projects, I'm cool with my regular battery and my backup battery. I don't necessarily need to get a V mount battery right now because Della does really good when I'm out doing what I do for me. Um, like the batteries that come with the S5 Mark IIX will last you at least about 1 or 2 hours. And it doesn't take me that long to record because I've really gotten down packed my angles and things that I want to record. And so I don't take that much time when I'm out doing what I do for me. Now, once I do get hired for full form content as far as like weddings and corporate videos and stuff like that, I will obtain a V mount battery because I know that I would need it in certain situations. That's not going to be 1 or 2 hours. It's going to be a full day shoot. But right now, I don't need it. So I'm not going to invest in a V mount battery right now. Um, Elizabeth, what's good? And so right now my rig is just consistent of the things that I need now. I need a monitor. I need a good mic. I need memory because by me recording 6K video, I have to have those things, right? So Angelica was good. And so that's what is basically on my rig. I got a cage, I got the monitor, I got the mic. Again, that's stuff that's gonna come up in my rig video once I complete it out. Right now, she's not complete. And so that's why I haven't put the video out. But she's getting there. I'm waiting on a few things to come in for next week, and then that video will be out then. But let's get into the what this video is about and how simple that video I put out was yesterday. For all of those who are interested in cinematography, you want to learn about lighting and all that stuff. Um, as much as I hate doing how-to videos, this is like a super simple video. Um, not this is not a video, it's a live. It's like a super simple setup for those of us who want to learn about cinematography and lighting and all that crap. So right here, as y'all can see, I didn't take the lighting down or nothing last night because I was tired as hell. So right here is the only light that I use, and that's my GVM 200, my GVM 200 bicolor light, and that's rigged on this C stand with the heavy duty pole that's supposed to be used for when you outside. Personally, I use it for inside and outside because the pole that comes with it, to me, when you put these heavy lights on it, because this, while this is not like an extremely heavy light, it is heavy for the pole that actually comes with this C-stand. So that's the reason that I invested in this heavy duty pole, because now I don't have to worry about the wobbliness or it tipping over or anything like that. Um, it does have a sandbag on the end. It has a sandbag on the base to keep it from tipping over. So I got this fabric from Hobby Lobby, and I forgot what kind of fabric it is, but anyway, it blacks out. It is completely blacked out. So if you watch that video from yesterday that I put out where it looks like I'm outside, I was not outside. This is all I had. I had the light on, and it was literally set at 1%. The light was set at 1%, and then this blackout here. And then everything else was basically in post. And that's basically all you need for a typical cinematic lighting setup. You need one light, and either, depending on the situation that you're trying to emulate. For me, my emulation was outside in the cold, at a dark bus stop waiting on my ride, right? So I had to make it look like I was literally outside with no lights, no none of that. Now, I record in this space because this is where I record. So you guys are going to see this space a lot. It's just going to look different every time you see it. So for this, one light with the softbox and the grid, because you need the grid. Now, why do you need the grid? For most of y'all who don't consume a lot of cinematography videos, you need this grid so the light is not spilling everywhere. Now, this light is not necessarily on this fabric. You want to pull it away so that it's completely blacked out. And that's the reason that the grade came out the way it did, to make it appear like I was literally outside in the alley, or at a bus stop in the dark waiting for my ride. Pull the light away from the black background, even though people will tell you black absorbs color. And it does, black does absorb the light. It does absorb the light. However, if I were to have shined this light on that background, you would be able to see that it was false. If I didn't show the preview video of how the setup was being done, most people would have just thought, okay, she either in a studio or she's really outside. So that's the reason that the light is and was positioned the way it was. I wanted it just to be completely on me, the subject, and not on this fabric, because there's definitely a difference. You want it to be, you want to, how do I say, exhibit the emotion you're trying to give off. So that setup from that video last night was just this. One light, fabric, that's all you need. But anyway, um, back to this rig. So when you buy your equipment, please buy with intent, because most of us are still working our 9 to 5. We are not getting paid from YouTube. We're not getting paid from other social media sites. And so we're using our own money to buy this stuff, right? So if you're out here just buying shit and then you just putting it in the closet because you don't need it, now you've wasted money. You know what I'm saying? You wasted money putting yourself in debt, and nobody wants that. You feel me saying? Nobody wants that. So just make sure when you guys are buying all this equipment, make sure it's with intent. Now, like I said, I will be getting a V-mount battery as excuse me. excuse me. I will be getting a V-mount battery as opportunities present themselves. Um, there's also, what else did I want to get? Mm. Oh, I wanted to get an anamorphic lens. Now, that's not from me watching other people's stuff. That's simply because I want an anamorphic lens. I was completely obsessed when I bought my first cinema lens. When you get a cinema lens, it's manual, right? A lot of people will tell you when you first start filmmaking, oh, you want to go automatic so that the autofocus is this, the autofocus is that. No, you want to go manual. Now, this is preference. It's completely preference. It's like, it's not a rule, it's preference. Um, Getting an autofocus lens is cool, but when you get that manual lens, there's just a certain sharpness that goes along with the manual lens that will have you in awe. And so that's the reason I want to get an anamorphic lens, because when I got now I got the cheaper side of cinema lenses, because when I first started out, I started out with a Rebel, then I graduated to the Rebel above that, and then I started to get into lenses. Um, Sharma, what's good? I started to get into lenses, and I got my first cinema lens, which is Rokinon, which is I would say like it's not a Jordan shoe, but like a shack. It's like a shack of lenses, but it's so sharp and it's really, really good. I do tell people that you're either gonna go Rokinon or you're gonna go Tamron when you get uh when you're going for lenses that you want that good sharpness to. Like, I know a lot of people like, oh, go with Sigma, go with this, go with that. If you can't afford that, Tamron or Rokinon is going to be your best friend. There is another brand too, but I can't remember the name of it. And now that I have L mount, I should be knowing the name of it. Much love to you, much love to you. I should be knowing the name of it. It's Mikai. I think it's Makai, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, low budget cinema lenses are just as sharp as some of these other lenses out here. So please do not stray away from uh, getting low budget cinema lenses. You don't want to go out here, like I said, and spend a bunch of money for some stuff you are simply just going to put on the shelf because you either have no clue how to use it or you don't need it. Now, if I was thinking smartly, trust me, I'm speaking from experience. If I was thinking smartly and not watching these YouTube videos, trying to keep up with this YouTuber, that YouTuber, I would have started out with my Rokinon lens and then got my 2047. He said, what do you think of autofocus cinema lenses? I personally, for me, the only autofocus cinema lens that I have seen is the new Blazar, is the new Blazar. Now, for that reason, for that reason, I would say if I had a choice to go manual or to go autofocus, I'm gonna go manual. I'm gonna go manual. Now, do I want to try out that lens? Absolutely. Anamorphic autofocus, and it's a cinema lens. Heck yeah, I want to try that lens out so bad. But like I said before, I'm also obsessed with my Rokinon 35. I have a Rokinon 35T 1.5, and when I tell y'all that thing is so sharp, it is so sharp. That was like my go-to lens for a very long time. I wish that when I first got that lens, I was more experienced because I would have put out way better content for it now. I'm actually going to do a video about that. Thank you so much for the sub. Thank you so much for the sub, Damani. I appreciate you. It said Rokinon 35. Yes, that T. Listen, that Rokinon T 1.5 is so sharp. It makes no sense. But most people stray away from lenses like that because they have no clue how to use a manual lens. When people always ask me, should I go autofocus or should I go manual? If you're going into filmmaking, please go for manual focus lenses. It will make you a better, it will make you a better filmmaker. I'm telling you right now, manual focus lenses will make you a better filmmaker. I personally, me personally, I don't mind going back and forth towards my camera. I don't mind going back and forth to my camera, y'all. Like, and I know that gets annoying, especially like in certain settings, like if it's raining or if it's snowing and stuff like that. That's completely preference. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to be a better filmmaker, please invest in manual lenses. I have a lot of Sony A cinematic lenses because I got into vintage lenses a long time ago, and I'm simply obsessed with the quality that they get spit out. Now, don't get me wrong, those vintage lenses are soft. Some of them are soft, right? But I also do have a G Master. I have a G Master vintage lens that is sharp AF. I put out a video on that, and most people thought it was a lens from modern days. Listen, do not stray away from, if you see a good deal, if you have an EF mount, or if you have, excuse me, if you have an adapter for an EF mount, do not stray away from vintage lenses. It's not going to kill you. Trust me. You're going to love it. But again, for certain situations, it's all about preference. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Most of us want a running gun, depending on like what it's like outside. Like if it's snowing outside, I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to put on a manual focus lens for two reasons. One, regardless as to if my camera is weather protected or not, I personally don't want to have my camera out in that kind of condition. If it's raining, snowing, anything that can make my camera or the accessories on my camera malfunction, I'm not going to put my camera in that kind of risk. Now, if it's just sturdy weather and I can be out in the conditions, I'm going manual every time. I like I said, my I do have a Sigma 2040-70 that I recently just got, and I love it. I love it. But I will switch back and forth with my Rokinon and the 2040-70 because I'm just so used to using my manual lens. I'm used to using it. But if I get a job like doing a wedding or somebody else's project or a music video or something like that, then yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pop on my 2040-70 because that makes the workflow easier. You know, nobody wants to be sitting there waiting for you to adjust and all that stuff. Like I said, I'm getting my rig prepared. I do want to get a follow focus. I want to get an anamorphic lens. And I also want to get a wide angle lens too. Like I know the 2040-70, 24 can be wide, but I want something a little wider, maybe like an 18 or a 16. I'm waiting for Lumix to throw that out there. Lumix, I hope you hear me. We need a wide angle lens, okay? Um, Now Lumix does have, I believe, the 16-28. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's 16-28. Now, the only thing is wrong with that 16-28 is that it is posted at f4. It doesn't go any further than that. It doesn't go any further than that. Um, and while that it may not be an issue for some people, I personally like a 2.8 or a 1.8. Um, I personally like that because some videos you want that super crisp, shallow depth of field. You want that blurred background, and you're not gonna always get that with the four stop. You're not gonna always get that with the f4, but you get it with a 2.8. You can get it with a 1.5. So that's the reason that I didn't pull the trigger on getting their wide angle lens because it's stopped at f4. I don't want that. I would rather have the variety of knowing. Sorry, y'all. I would rather have the variety of knowing that my lens can open up to a wider aperture than that. And so for me, that's not a good lens for me. So I'm not gonna pull the trigger on it. But I did pull the trigger on the 24 to 70. Now most of y'all will be like, well, why didn't you get the 24 to 105? Because I am not. Listen, I'm telling y'all right now. When you get a lens that can go to 100 or past 85, you doing like nature shoots. I'm personally me, I'm not into like going out shooting birds and stuff like that. Like I'm not into stuff like that, like bugs and shit like that. You want to get really close and all that. Like, nah, that ain't for me. Now, if that's for you, cool. Personally, I have filters that can turn any lens that I have, whether it be 24, whether it be 18. I have filters that'll zoom in, and I paid 20 bucks for them. The 24 to 105, I think it's $1,000 or $1,200 or something like that. These filters work just as good. And if ever need be, I do have I have vintage lenses that are 100 to 300 or 200 to 300. I don't need to get a 24 to 105 because I'm never going to use the 105. Hell, I barely use the 85. I barely use the 85. I think you should use 85 for like engagement videos and um wedding videos because you could zoom in on the hand and the rings and you could use it for that type of thing. Me personally, for my passion projects, I don't need an 85. The 85 came with my camera. Like for those of us who was looking for deals last year when the holidays was rolling around, Lumix had a very, very good deal. You got the 85 and the 50 for I believe 1800, maybe a little more than that. No more than 2000. You got an 85 and you got the 50. So I didn't even have to go out. No, I'm lying, I'm lying. It was a 20 to 60. It was a 20 to 60 and the 85. The 50 I bought separately. But I got the 50 on the deal. That's another thing I need to bring up to y'all. Do not be scared to get used lenses. Most of the time, what people do is they'll get a camera and it'll come with certain lenses that they don't want. So half of the time, what they're doing is they'll get the camera, they'll take out what they want, and then they'll sell what they're not going to use. Now, most people will have a 50. Like I got a 50, but it's EF mount. I would rather have the 50 that comes with my camera. So for me, the 50 was important for me to get. So I literally was just scrolling online and I'm like, oh, I don't want to get a used lens because it may be this and it may be that. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give it a go. Uh, got it. It was in excellent condition. I think it was open box, if I'm not mistaken. Like the person opened it, didn't even put it on their camera. You could tell that it hadn't been used. It hadn't been utilized. I had to clean the lens a little bit because I'm guessing the person that sold it or, where I got it from, they don't really clean the lenses or nothing like that. But legitimately got an open box 50 for 238 when it's originally like three something. And I know that's like not like a huge deal, but at the end of the day, I still didn't pay full price. So I was happy about that. Um, I also got my 24 to 70 used as well. I got my 24 to 70 used. Now that lens for the L mount, you're looking at about 12, 12 or $1,300. Don't quote me on that. 12 or $1,300. I got that lens for open boxed, never used, for nine something. Oh, that's with taxes. So it was really like eight something, and it came out to um I think it was 910 total. It was 910 total. And if I could save $200, hey, why not? Wish I could have saved a lot more than that, but hey, it is what it is. But yeah, so definitely be cautious when you guys are buying equipment. Only get the stuff that you gonna use. My bad, y'all. Only get the stuff that you gonna use because you don't want to buy. You know what I'm saying? God, spend a bunch of money and be out. What's the point in that? What's the point of being out of all your cash? I do want to invest in lights. Like, I am getting obsessed with I've slowed down a lot, first of all, from buying equipment. I used to be an equipment head. I would just sit online and see what the newest thing was, and uh a firm was getting all my money. Okay. So I've slowed down in that aspect of just buying shit to be buying shit. I do want to get some uh some new lights. And only because, right? I only want to get new lights because I want all my lights on one accord. I want all my lights on one accord, on one app. It does get a little frustrating to have to switch between apps. Like the lights that I got now, like I got some Amaran lights, I got my GVM light, I got my newer tube lights, which I'm obsessed with, by the way. Please invest in newer tube lights. They gonna save your life. Um, I really want, believe it or not, y'all, the lights that I really want is the Zhiyun lights. And I only want them because they're convenient. They're small but powerful. Now the Zhiyun light that I got, it's not the best. And I think that's the C100. Yeah, it's a C100. I'm not really feeling it. I barely use it. Um, and that's because the battery goes out quick. It's not a really good light. But the new lights that they came out with, those joints are powerful. They're small. They're convenient. They can get in small spaces. And as y'all can see, I record in small spaces. So I would love to not have to have all these cords and this heavy ass C-stand and heavy ass lights. While I'm appreciative of what these lights have done for me and my lighting setup, I am all about convenience. I'm all about convenience now. So that's my next goal, is to invest in new lights. I also want to get nan lights. Like those nan lights. Woo, they got them on sale right now, and I was so tempted to buy one. Bro, I was so tempted to buy one. 200 and some dollars. And I'm like, you get a 300-watt light and it's bicolor. I'm like, ooh, should I get it? Should I get it? I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna pull the trigger on it just yet. I'm not gonna pull the trigger on it just yet, because you never know what's to come. But yeah, I got my eye on them too. But yeah, make sure that when y'all are buying equipment that you buying with intention. Like how they say, you record with intent, you need to buy with intent. Don't go out here spending a bunch of money. It's not worth it. What camera are you using? I am using the Lumix S5 Mark II X. That's what I'm using right now. And that's the 24 to 70 on there. She on charge right now. I had to take her off. Yeah, I'm using a Lumix X5 Mark II X. I also have, what other cameras do I have? Jesus. I have the Canon Rebel T8i. I'm looking to get a Lumix S5 Mark II. And that's only for like BTS. That's only for like BTS. And because I want the same quality as my A cam, but I do have the Canon Rebel T8i. Word, that's a very good camera. Hell yeah. Yeah, yeah. Um, what else do I have? Believe it or not, I do have a Nikon D90. It was my grandma's old camera before she passed. I only use that camera when like I want to go out and take photos and stuff like that. Like I use that camera for that. because it still works. It's still functional. It's still a very good camera. I do have the Minolta X700. I use that camera when like I said, when I want to go out and take photos. My Minolta is with me. Um, and that's rare because I'm not a photography person, but oftentimes you see things that deserve to be captured and just not on video. Like it deserves, you know, there's a difference. There's a big difference. So I do have that. What other camera do I have? I did have the Canon Rebel T7i, but I sold that. And that was my first camera. Believe it or not, my first camera, and I sold it because my cabinet was getting full. Like I have, whoo, y'all, I promise you, I have a camera just full of, I have a cabinet full of camera gear. Like, and it was getting ridiculous. So I had to sell one of my cameras. Trust me, it wasn't for the money. It was just strictly because my cabinet was getting full, and I know eventually I do want another camera, and then I'm done until I get famous. And I'm speaking that prophet. It's not if, it's when I get famous, then I'm gonna upgrade. But right now, I'm either deciding on grabbing a S5 Mark II, or I'm going to get the Blackmagic 6K full frame. I'm thinking I'm leaning towards the S5 Mark II just because the lenses are interchangeable. I don't have to do much you know what I'm saying, outside of my A cam, which is Big Della, the S5 Mark II X, which I'm obsessed with. I had a choice when I was looking for cameras, y'all. When I first started saying I wanted to upgrade from the Rebel T8i, was saying I'm gonna get the Blackmagic. I'm gonna get the Blackmagic, and then I started doing my research into those giant ass files. And then they came out with the Pixes, and I'm like, ooh, I could get the Pixes. And I was like, I'm just recording for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not really doing, huge shoots, and just to record a YouTube video, I'm gonna take up a whole memory card for that. Like, that makes no sense. I don't have that kind of money to be upgrading like that. So I'm like, all right, let's look at other options. I looked at Fuji. I looked at uh what's the other one? I looked at Fuji. I looked at Sony. Everybody got Sony. I don't have anything against Sony. I just feel like with Sony, I don't know if everybody's using the same color grade or what, but you can off the rip tell what camera somebody is using by the look of their video. I swear to y'all, everybody who use Sony, and this, like I said, this is no dig, but everybody that uses Sony legitimately has the same look to their videos. I don't know what it is. Like, are y'all sharing color grading tips? Let me know. Because I swear to you, before even reading their caption, I'm like, Sony, Sony, Sony. Every video you pass on TikTok, Sony, Sony. I'm like, everything looked the same. It's so weird to me. It is so weird to me. I'm like, nah, okay. I looked at Sony. I looked at Canon. Because like I said, I have a lot of EF mounts. I have a lot of EF mount lenses. So I wanted to try to stay in that. But then when I started really, really deep diving into my research before I upgraded my camera, and that's when I happened upon Lumix. And I'm sitting there, I'm doing my research. I'm like, okay, I can still get my 6K. I can still do this. I can still do that. And all I need to do is get the adapter for my lenses. So when I did that, around the time I upgraded my camera, I had just purchased the 18 to 35, maybe 6 months prior to me getting my camera. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm like, I got the 18 to 35, I got my Rokinon, I got this lens, I got that lens. I'm like, oh, I'm good to go. Now, mind you, I was doing my research before I upgraded. What I didn't read into is that my Canon Rebel T7i is not a full frame sensor. It doesn't have a full frame sensor. So when I popped my 18 to 35, Canon has huge file sizes. Yes, but not for the Canon Rebel T7i. Not for that. That's just, the regular degular MP4. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really have a Kodak. It's just it's like your phone type of camera. You know what I mean? So now that I started doing that, like I said, I had just upgraded my lens to the Sigma 18 to 35. So I'm thinking when I get my new camera, okay, I could use my lenses, gonna come out boom, 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 boom. Bro, I did all that research and bypassed the fact that they have two different sensors. Now, mind you, I'm getting this out the mud. Y'all, like, I didn't go to school for none of this, so I kind of didn't understand what that meant, right? And I'm like, okay, I put I got the adapter, the Velcro adapter, and put my 18 to 35 on that joint. And I'm like, it's vignetting. I can't use the 18. I can't use the 24. I can't use the 20. It's vignetting. So by me having to upgrade my camera, I had to upgrade my lenses. Yeah, what's good, Aaron? What's going on, brother? How are you on this Sunday morning? Hope everything is well. Hope everything is copacetic in your hood. I seen from your video that you are trying to transition into uh, a 9 to 5. So I pray everything is going well with that, and everything is flowing for you in that aspect, in that regard. I don't know why you want to do that. Well, I kind of understand why you doing it, but then I kind of don't, because I'm like, we could switch if you like. We could switch. You could be the substance abuse counselor, and I'm gonna go on set. So if you want to switch, let me know. Yeah. So do y'all research before y'all go out here buying equipment, because at the end of the day, you just never know. Do I still have my Sigma 18 to 35? Yes. Why do I still have my Sigma 18 to 35? Because I still got my Canon Rebel T8i, and I don't mind pulling it out. I don't mind pulling that joint out. Now, one thing that I did recently upgrade, y'all, is my monitor. Okay, let's get into that. Why did I upgrade my monitor? New computer up next. Got one. Got one. I did that. I got the computer. What was that? November? November 2024? I told you that. I needed a new computer. Why did I need a new computer? All right, let's talk about that before we get into the monitor. Why did I need a new computer? So initially, when I started filming, nope, I didn't get a new tripod. I still got my Coleman tripod that I started off with in 2018. That mug is still here in good condition. Do I want to upgrade it? Yes, because there's a tripod that I have my eye on, but it's expensive as hell, and I've slowed down on buying equipment. All right, so why did I need a new computer, y'all? When I started out filmmaking, I didn't know a damn thing about color grading. I didn't know about editing outside of like the little bitty stuff. I've always been a computer geek, right? When I started out on Filmora. I had the HP Omen gaming laptop, and that joint was super fast when I first got it. Now, mind you, I got that computer in 2018 when I was living back home. I was living in Chicago. I had that computer in 2018. It lasted me all the way up until 2024, where it started getting very slow. It wasn't, I, it just slowed down my workflow. It really did. It slowed down my workflow, and it couldn't be upgraded. Otherwise, I would have took it apart and upgraded it myself because I'm a computer geek. Mind you, I didn't go to school for computers either. I just know how to build one. I know how to upgrade a computer with no problem. You know what I'm saying? YouTube teach you everything. So I couldn't upgrade my HP laptop. And so I was like, okay, I need a new computer. Around that time, what happened? Apple came out uh with the new joint they just dropped. Uh but it wasn't fast enough. Like the specs, it wasn't fast enough for me. And when I put the specs in for what I wanted to buy, that joint jumped from 500 up to 2500, right? So I'm like, all right, I already got Windows. I got everything backed up. Let me look at Windows. Built my PC from HP on an employee discount from my job, and it came out to be a little bit cheaper than Apple. So I upgraded my computer in November. It didn't really cost me that much, and so do I still want an Apple? I do want an Apple laptop. Why do I want a laptop? Convenience. I'm all about convenience, people. When I travel, when I go places, when I do things, I can't carry my PC with me, but I can always pack up a laptop. So I will be getting a MacBook Pro soon. That's going to come this year for sure. I know it. I will be doing that. And that's not just to buy equipment. It's just because I want the convenience of being able to edit while I'm on the road or whatever it is I'm doing. A lot of people that I encounter don't really have, computers and stuff like that. And so I want to be able to make sure that wherever it is, whatever I'm doing, I could check what I'm doing, what I got going on, so that I don't get all the way back home and be disappointed in what I didn't do or didn't record. So I definitely will invest in a laptop. Like I said, buy with intent. I have intentions for my laptops, so I need to get one. But I don't need it now because I'm not on a job. I haven't been contracted for one. Um, and most of the stuff that I'm doing now is completely passion projects. I'm okay with that. Uh, I am gonna get that Blazar anamorphic lens once they introduce the L mount. It says on their website, new new something something coming. So that's the reason I'm waiting to pop because I'm not gonna get a fucking adapter for L to E mount. I'm not doing that. That I despise adapters, y'all. I don't like them. I want to just stick my lens in. Pause. No diddy. I want to just stick my lens in and go. I don't want to do the whole adapter thing. I've heard horror stories of adapters ruining people's cameras and stuff like that. I don't want that, y'all. I really don't. I don't want nothing to ruin my lenses. I invest my own money into this stuff, and I don't want my stuff ruined. I really don't. So I will prefer to have an L mount lens, whatever it is I'm doing, wherever it is I'm going. My camera is L mount. I want an L mount lens. Period. So let's talk about why I upgraded my monitor. Whew, this is a lot. So I was being cheap. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was being cheap. Like I said, I was impulse buying at one point. Just buying shit to be buying shit. Uh when I had my T7i, I had a monitor right off the bat. I ordered a monitor the same time I bought my camera. It was an older monitor. So I'm like, all right, here it is. When did I get that monitor? 2020, what is it? 2025, 24, 23. I got another monitor in 23, same brand. They ain't sponsoring me, so I ain't gonna say it, but it's a cheaper brand model. They're now selling the upgraded models at the TikTok shop. I didn't get mine from TikTok shop at the time. I got my shit off Amazon. So now that I'm a little more versed in filmmaking and equipment and stuff like that, one day I was just looking at my monitor and I'm like, I'm adjusting my lens according to what I see on the monitor. Mind you, the monitor and my camera, they aren't really compatible because the monitor that I had was 1080p. Catch you on the next slide. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Blessings, blessings. Thank you so much for coming through. Yo, what up, Debo? So the monitor that I have and my camera are not compatible. The monitor that I had was strict 1080p. It wasn't going no further than that. So me not realizing that until one day I sat down and thought about it, and I'm like, why the hell do it look different on my monitor than it do on my camera? I need a 4K. I need a 4K monitor. So it was showing up dark. The 1080p monitor was showing up dark. It wasn't really doing what I needed to do. Why aren't they compatible? It's just resolution. Are you actually editing in full resolution? Brother, I'm talking about my camera monitor. I'm talking about the camera monitor. Oh shit. Sorry about that, Della. I'm talking about this right here. Talking about the camera monitor. The monitor that I had on it was the monitor that I had on it wasn't compatible because the resolution was 1080p. Well, my camera is not in 1080p. So I'm looking at it and I keep adjusting. I keep adjusting what I'm seeing on the monitor to the lens. But then when you look at the actual monitor on the camera, exactly how I wanted it is how it's supposed to be set up. But I'm adjusting it according to that old ass monitor that I had on my camera. So I'm like, bruh, I can't keep doing it to myself. Can't keep doing it to myself. Had to upgrade my monitor to something that was compatible. Now I had a choice between the Holy Land and the Atomos Ninja. What was the deciding factor for me? The price point. Believe it or not, let me tell y'all about this shit. Y'all gonna crack up. I found the Holy Land monitor for two something. Should have gotten it. Bruh, I don't have $800 for the Atomos V. I don't have $800. You forgot I just popped the 2040-70? I just popped the 2040-70. I didn't have it, Aaron. I didn't have it, bro. I didn't have it. I didn't have it. I didn't have it. Yeah, I didn't have it, man. Mm-mm. I wanted it. Listen, I wanted that monitor. I wanted the Atomos monitor. I had a choice between that, the Holy Land, and the small HD. And the small HD monitor. And I was like, okay, at least with the Holy Land, I can see what the hell I'm actually doing. So that pushed out the small HD. It's not that much. I sold mine for only like $350. They come down a lot. I hear you. It's super useful. And it upgrades. It does for your footage. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It really does. It really does work out. I'm happy with the purchase that I got just because I got it cheaper than retail price. I got it from it's not Temu, AliExpress. So I found the Holy Land monitor on AliExpress for $280, brand new. Now, mind you, I ordered this monitor a month ago. They was trying to scam me. They wasn't trying to send my shit. I was like, I'm like, bro, it's been like almost a month. Where the hell my monitor at? So I'm hitting them up, no response. Hit up AliExpress, no response. And then I'm like, all right, now anytime I buy on third-party website, I use PayPal. The reason that I do that is because PayPal will protect you. If you buy just from your credit card, Listen, them banks is not trying to give you your money back. They ain't trying to hear nothing you talking about. Now, in some cases, you might win, but most of the time, them banks is like, you bought it. It is what it is. I ain't having it. I started reading the reviews. People talking about, oh, they said they sent it to the wrong address and it never got here. But they wasn't buying this monitor. They were just buying from the seller on AliExpress. I had never bought them from AliExpress before, and I probably would never go to them ever again. I'm reading the reviews of the seller. Oh, they'll tell you they sent it to the wrong address, you'll never get it, or they'll send you something else, you'll never get it. The bank didn't want to give me my money back. This and this and that and the third. Said eBay. Yeah, okay, so here's the thing. eBay didn't have $280. I wanted the cheaper price for a brand new. I didn't want to use. I wanted brand new that I know ain't nobody touched it. I know it came in the plastic. That's what I wanted. So when you go on eBay, you may find one, but it's gonna be at retail price of $400 and some dollars. I didn't want to pay that. Yeah, I didn't want to pay the $400 some dollar retail price. You paying not for the headache. Yeah, because this definitely was a headache. But as you can see, I received my item. And the reason that I did receive my item was because I put a claim in through PayPal, letting them know that I'm thinking that I'm getting scammed and I want my money back. PayPal do not fucking play. Let me tell y'all something. If you buy something on a third-party website, use your PayPal. Utilize your PayPal because they do not fucking play. I know that a lot of people talk shit about PayPal, but guess what? When it comes to your money, you'll be protected. You will be protected. I have never had an issue with them. I've never had an issue with them. I'm not saying that in the future it won't be an issue, but I have never had an issue with them. So I put in my claim. Immediately after I put in my claim, PayPal must have hit them fools up because the seller reached out. Oh, can you just dismiss the claim? We get a couple of days, and they put the wrong address in, and so that's why you haven't gotten it yet. Woo woo woo. Here's your shipping number. This and that and the third. Okay, so they did the shipping number and I go to check it, there's no delivery. There is no delivery. Now it's saying it's coming to me, but there's no delivery. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing nothing. And PayPal usually gives you like a week or 2 weeks before they'll give you your money back or resolve your case. So the seller hit me up the entire time that my case is still in, and at that time we had went to the cabin over the weekend. So I'm tracking that tracking number the entire time. So the package been delivered, this and that and the third. When I tell y'all I didn't dismiss that claim until I got the item in my hand. So when I got home to check to make sure that the thing that I ordered that I paid for was in that box and it worked properly, I was not playing with them. Like, I'm not dismissing nothing until I get it in my hands. We seen it from the camera being delivered, but it could have been anything in that box. Who knows? It could have been anything. I seen somebody post a picture in their reviews of what's supposed to have been a radiator, and it looked like a a, a stick. Like the box was in the shape of a stick. So it could have been anything in that box. Now I could have been grimy and not dismiss the case. I would have had the monitor and my money back, but I didn't do all that because God is always watching. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to make sure that my joint was intact, brand new as they depicted on the website, and that be that. But yeah, I don't put my credit card into third-party websites, bro. It's just not safe. It's too many scams going out here. Please do not be fooled and put your actual credit card or debit card on these third-party websites. Another thing that could protect you too, get a debit card that you have to load money onto. Like that you have to physically go and load money on, like not NetSpend and none of that crap, but like the what do I use for third party websites if I can't use PayPal, if they don't have an option to use PayPal. I will use my Walmart prepaid card. because it's like an actual debit card. So I will go load the amount that I need, and then I'll purchase what I need to purchase. But as far as them third party websites, don't be foolish and put your credit card or debit card information on them sites because they're not safe. And your bank is not going to be like, "Oh yeah, it's a scam. Let me return your money." No, they're going to take a whole month, turn around and tell you that they're not giving you your money back. No, 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 no. And with taxes, that monitor came out to 300. If y'all thought for a second you was finna scam me, no, no. Like the whole entire time before the monitor got here, the shipping kept saying, at the facility, at this facility, at this facility. And I'm just like, nah, mm-mm. And then when it finally gave me a delivery date, I'm like, okay, it might be coming. And then I seen it laying in Hobbs, and I'm like, okay, all right, we cooking with gas. And then it said, oh, delivered. Okay, I still want to go home and open up the box and make sure what I paid for is in there because yeah, no, I wants my money. I wants my coinage. I don't have $300 to be throwing away. I ain't broke, but I ain't rich either. So that's a no for me. But yeah, so I do have other things that I do intend to get y'all. Um, I want to rig it out. I want to rig it out. I want to rig it out. For sure, I want to rig my joint out. Right now, I'm looking to. I do want to do something for Black History, but of course, I live in New Mexico. There are not a bunch of African Americans here that I know personally because I don't really deal with too many people. I don't make friends because I don't know. I'm a people person, but I'm very introverted. Like if we meet, I'll socialize with you, but like I'm not trying to, build a last long friendship. If God permits that, then by all means, but I'm not trying to force it. So, I mean, I see black people when I'm out here, but it's rare. It's not like back home where, you know, 80 to 90% of the people look like you. I'll just say that. So yeah, I'm definitely trying to hold on, this computer on? What the hell? Oh, come on. Hey Aaron, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, you think I'm lying, bro. It's rare that you see a black person out here. It is rare that you see a black person. It's not like back home, right? Where you see so many black people. You see so many black people back home that you like, damn, every time I turn around, it's a black person somewhere. Here, it's rare. And definitely no lies told. Definitely no lies told. I've seen two handfuls of black people since I've been in New Mexico. They said, find it, do your research. Brother, I'm trying. Because I definitely want to put some stuff together for Black History Month. I've always wanted to do like an intro, like the intro to Love Jones when she was like taking the pictures and all that stuff. Like I definitely want to do. I want to put together a short like that, like same color grade, same contrast. Just man, I want to go in, do something not on New Mexico, bro. I ain't trying to do nothing on New Mexico. This is just where I am. This is the location that I'm at right now. I am definitely not trying to do nothing on New Mexico. So what does that matter? Because I want it to be black based. I want it to be about Black History Month. I want it to be about African American people. I have a certain aesthetic that I want for that kind of video. And they don't, that's like, for me, they don't necessarily have to be in the film industry. I want like doctors and lawyers and shit, even gang members. I don't give a damn. Uh, I don't care. As long as you African American, that's the aesthetic that I want for it. It said right, but what does that have to do with New Mexico? They're nothing. Like, bro, where am I gonna go? Get a green screen? Nah, ain't gonna be right. I want it to be like organic. I want it to be like organic. I know if I was back home, bro, oh my God, the amount of shit that I would be able to dish out. I would already have a cinematography reel. You making it a lot of, see, never that. Never that. They just don't hold. I'm not getting rid of the idea. It's that all that money you just spent. I know, right? But listen, I am definitely not. I'm. These ideas are just on hold until they come to fruition. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna force it, and I'm definitely not gonna just put out anything. Like I definitely am into the idea of being intentional with what I come up with. What Big Cook said. Lifestyle sold separately. 110. 110. That's why I'm making it work. That's why I'm making it work. So I'm gonna continue to put out good content, and the passion projects that I have will stay up here until I can bring them to fruition. I don't care if it's been 9 years, 10 years, 11 years. Anything that I thought about yesterday is still up here today. It ain't going nowhere. It's just on hold. But yeah, I definitely want to bring some stuff to life for Black History Month. Because I feel like it's a lost art. Like I haven't seen that intro to Love Jones was just, as much as people don't think about it, they think about the actual movie. It was for me that intro was impactful. Like back then I was a kid. When I first fell in love with that movie, I was a kid. I didn't know no better. But like, you know how you watch something as a kid and then when you watch it as an adult, you have a different understanding. It means it has a different meaning. For me, it has a different meaning. And that's what I want. I want something so impactful that it stays in people's mind where they gotta show somebody. Where they gotta show somebody it. Where it's like, damn, I need to show you something. Let me see. You know what I'm saying? Not just for the shares. It's not for views. Let me make that clear. It's not for views, it's not for shares. It's for the impact. It's for the impact. I haven't seen nothing impactful uh that meant so much to me that it was just like, oh damn, this is life lasting. It's like, I don't know. That's my ultimate goal, is to have my work be impactful. I want my work to be impactful. Like I want people to, like, I look at other, and I'm just not making it about race. I'm for me personally, my views uh are just my personal opinion, my personal preference. When I see Black women behind a camera doing what they do, how they do things, it's impactful for me, to see them do it that way. And when I see something that's just not regular, I get inspired. I get inspired for me, because it's like, damn, if she can do it, I let me get out there and bust it out. Let me get out there and do my thing. So that's the reason that I'm saying that I definitely want to do something for Black History Month that's impactful. And it'll also go in my cinematography reel too. Just saying. Just saying. I may tell a joke, but I ain't telling no lies. I think black women need a win. We need a win after taking such a major loss. We lost to an orange Mentos. So black women need a win. So I just feel like it's time to step up, bro. It's time to step up. We need more sisters behind the camera. We need more sisters, stepping up and not just being PAs and being assistants. I want to see us in charge. And that's not taken away from black men. Let me not say that. I don't want nobody to think, oh, you just use a feminist and da 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 da. No, no, no. But I am a black woman. And so my take and my position on things are we do need to see more black women with the intent to be impactful. As messy as Married to Medicine is, I find it so refreshing to see black women running their own clinics, running their, being the head of some shit. Like, they don't have to answer to nobody. They don't have to answer to nobody. They doing what they want to do, how they want to do, when they want to do it. And I love that. I love that. As messy as that show is, as messy as that show is, there are principles. There are principles to it. Some of those women run their own clinics. They have their own practice. They have their own businesses. And they are bosses within their own right. And it stems from wanting to be different. They don't want to be mediocre. And I respect that. I respect it. Like I say, like if they come to Atlanta, they run the city. God don't want me in Atlanta, brother. God don't want me to move to Atlanta, bro. And if he do, he ain't told me yet. He ain't told me yet. That's another thing. I'm moving with intention. I'm moving with intention. I'm a spontaneous person. And because I do want better for myself, I've always made moves according to my own general ideas. And they haven't worked out because that's not the path that God wants for me. I truly believe that. I truly believe that. When we make decisions on our own, 9 times out of 10 we're gonna fail. Cause that's not what God wants for us. We're gonna fail. I'm tired of failing. I promise you last week, I told my spouse at least 20 times I want to quit this job, pay my bills up for a month because that's the best that I can do, and go somewhere where I can put my camera to use. And I heavily, when I tell you I heavily cried about it, I heavily thought about it, and then I started to it started to, knock me upside the head like, do you really want to be in debt? Do you really want to have those kind of burdens? No. The Bible tell you be good steward over your money. It didn't say be foolish. I got a tattoo on me. No cap. I got a tattoo on me. Proverbs 14. Proverbs 14 and 1. The wise woman builds her house. The foolish tears her own with her own hands. And a picture of Ursula. Not just because I like her. Not just because it was cool to get and it was different. Ursula tore her own shit down. She was the only villain that succeeded in what she wanted to do. And because she was foolish, she failed. She failed. She lost. Had she been smart and not pig-headed and not big-headed, and a lot of people don't dissect that, but I have. She was the only villain. Go back and fact check this. The only villain that succeeded in her plan. She took the voice. She captured the sea. She dethroned the king. And that's what she wanted. She was ruler. She ruled over that shit because that's what she wanted. She succeeded. Nobody stopped her. Nobody stood in her way. And when they did, she defeated them. And she had it all. Had she been smart and not pig-headed and not foolish, Little Mermaid would have never been able to sing again. The king would have been a seaweed. She would have ruled that sea forever. Who could have took her on? Nobody. Nobody. Think about that. Think about that. Only villain that ever made it and lost it. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. Not that I want to be a villain. I'm just saying I don't want that. I don't want to gain everything to lose it. So I'm moving with intent. Do I want to quit this job? Absolutely, 110. If Tyler Perry called me today and tell me that he's giving me a job for a month or 2 weeks or 3 weeks and the job tell me, oh, you don't have the time, guess what I'm doing? I'm letting go of that job because this was an opportunity given to me. It's not worth it to keep it. It's not worth me staying somewhere where I'm depressed. It's not worth it. What's the point in it? There's no point in that. Most of us are scared to step out. And let me tell you why, because complacency feels safe. You want to feel safe, especially nowadays. You want safety. That safety net of knowing you getting a check every 2 weeks, of knowing that your lights, it said, so I don't came in, I don't know. You got to do your own thing, I guess. Yeah. That most of us are so complacent. We're so set in knowing that we're going to get a check every week. There's no safety in this industry. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. No. Let me finish. Let me finish on what I'm saying so that you get a clear understanding of where I'm coming from. Most of us are so safe in this job that we hate every day, that we got to get up every single day, even if you work from home. I know people who have the comfortability of working from home, where all you got to do is get up out of your bed and go sit at a chair. You can walk around. You can be on your laptop. You can be on your phone. And ain't nobody watching you. Ain't nobody on your back. You ain't got to worry about getting sick because ain't nobody in your fucking space. You don't have to worry about that. We are so safe in knowing that we're going to get that check every 2 weeks, that we could pay our little bills. And every day, I'm sick of this fucking job. I'm sick of this place. I'm sick of this. We pray so hard for success. And the moment we get an opportunity and it doesn't feel safe, you going to pass it up? Not me. Not me. Nope. Like Aaron said, he in the industry, so he knows. He's speaking from experience. He's saying that there is no safety. There is no safety in the industry. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because every day that God gives me that gives me an opportunity to do something positive towards the next step in my life, I'm okay with taking a leap. I'm okay with saying, fuck this job, fuck these bills, fuck that credit. I want to do what makes me happy. I'm okay with it. I swear to y'all, I promise you, if it wasn't for my spouse, if I didn't have my spouse in my life and it was just just me, shit, I would have sold everything, got me a ticket to Cali, and went out there and hustled and bustled. The first big movie I got offered, they only called me for a week. I ended up staying for 4 months, but I had to be available for the first week. Exactly. Exactly my point. So if somebody called me today, I pray that somebody big sees my channel, as small as it is. I pray that they do. And they call me for a week gig, and that job say, oh, you don't have a week to take. Fuck you. I'm leaving. I don't care. That's going to be my response. Fuck this job. I'm out. Peace to the Middle East and hair grease. Do you hear me? I'm stepping out on faith, because if you so scared to believe that God can open doors in a second, if you so scared to believe that, I feel sorry for you. You'll never succeed. You'll never get to where you want to be. I'm okay with giving myself anxiety because I don't have a safety net. I'm okay with it. And said, my point is, they may not even call you. You got to go now. I believe that. I believe that. I believe that. I believe that 110. I didn't realize what it meant, y'all. And I'm leaving this live up. I didn't realize what it meant when people said, you don't really want it. If you sleeping, you don't really want it. I didn't realize what that meant. I thought they were just being assholes. I used to think that people were so pig-headed to tell somebody after they done worked a 9 to 5, they done punched the clock, and they go home to take a nap. I used to think that it was so belligerent and just out the way to tell somebody you don't really want it if you ain't chasing your dream. Like, boy, I just got off. I got up this morning, I went to work, and now you want me to come home and do more work? Crazy work. I thought that was just obscene to tell somebody that. But now that I'm in the position, now that I'm in that space, I understand. I understand. There has been times your girl done been dead tired. I done worked the 9 to 5. I'm dead tired. Bruh, I'm yawning. My eyes watery. I got a headache. I'm irritated. And I still came home and recorded a video. I still came home and worked on my craft, even if y'all don't see it. I still came home to practice my color grading. I still came home to practice a lighting setup. I still came home after all of that. After all that complaining I did at that job, I still came home and practiced my craft because I really want it. I want it so bad I could taste it when I wake up in the morning. I could smell it when I go to sleep at night. That's how bad I want it, for sure. And not just YouTube. A lot of people think that when you do YouTube, your goal is to be YouTube famous. I don't want to be fucking YouTube famous. If it comes to that, thank you Jesus. If it comes to that, thank you Jesus. If that's the road that God is taking me on to be YouTube famous, then go to the Hollywood level of famous, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it. But I've come to realize now that my goal is not stopping at YouTube. I don't want to just Oscars don't come from YouTube. Emmys don't come from YouTube. I don't want that. Lasting impactfulness does not come from YouTube. I'm sorry, just don't. It said people who got it don't want to hear from people hoping and dreaming like they don't know what it takes, especially. Yes, 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 yes. I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree. I agree. I agree. Cause I know you sick of me, but listen, you living where I'm trying to be. Not necessarily Atlanta, but you live. I'm just saying, if you want an Oscar, you need to quit your job and go PA and start working your way up the ladder. Shit, something. I need to do something. I don't know what road. I don't know what road God is trying to take me, but I know I want Him to order my steps in that regard, to lead me to where I want. I know what I want, but my plan may not align with His plan. So I'm saying, in that regard, I know what I want. I want to build relationships. I want to be so blessed that I can bless somebody else. You need 600 days on set to get it. Yes, I know. Takes an average for 3 years, but in this climate, may take 6. Gotta get started. You ain't never lied, brother. You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied about that. I want it that bad, bro. I want it that bad. For sure, for sure. Don't want to just talk about it, gotta be about it. But definitely for me, I know for sure my pit stop is not here. It said next summer. I ain't finna say next summer. I'm finna. Period. Period, brother. Period. That's respect. Cliff, what's going on, man? What's going on with you? What's going on? Cliff working on his feature film. Happy for you. I don't be seeing you in the comments no more, Cliff. What's up? But yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I will say one thing that made me smile. I seen my girl that that's always sitting behind the desk. She actually put out a video where she was in action. And I appreciated it. I appreciate it. She put out a video where she's actually on set, behind the camera, giving direction, taking direction, like she was in action mode. I appreciate that. That made me smile. Like I was just sitting there, I'm like, oh, that's dope. It says editing the film is tough, especially sound design. Yeah, that's what I heard. You got it though. You got it. It says she ain't shout you out. You keep talking. She ain't gotta shout me out, bro. She don't even know who the hell I am. I'm doing it at the moment. I heard that. Yeah, I mean, that's why I never say her name or nothing like that. Like, she ain't gotta shout me out. I ain't nobody yet. Well, I won't say I'm not nobody yet. I'm not. I'm a part of the small channel group. So she probably don't even know who the hell I am or care. But for me being a consumer, I know what I want to see. And if you ain't giving me that, then I'm not. Yeah, that ain't it. But she actually put out a video where she wasn't sitting behind the desk and she was in full-fledged action. And I actually sat and watched the whole video, didn't skip it, didn't turn off of it, dropped a like, dropped a comment. I completely supported that because that's what I wanted to see. It was a very awesome video. I hope that she continues to put out videos like that because if she does, then I will be actively consuming her channel. And if not, then we'll be where we are. Me being a sometimey viewer, uh, only watching the videos I want to watch. Period. 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 Pooh. Oh shit, we've been on here for a minute. I didn't even realize the time. That's crazy. But yeah, so I just wanted to come on here, chit chat about, the cinematography breakdown that I did yesterday. Super simple, easy. If you wasn't in here, it was super, super simple. For those of you who want to learn cinematography, super simple. I didn't even take it down. I got this one light. It's unplugged right now, but yeah. Some negative feel that I got from Hobby Lobby. I used that for my background. Spotlighted it with the egg crate and the softbox. It was on 1%, 6,500 Kelvin to give me like a little blue tone or whatever. Set the camera at 6,500 Kelvin. And that was all I did. Everything else was in post. The split tones in post. Don't ask me how I did the split tones because that would be a whole another segment. It wasn't hard, but it wasn't easy either. I've been consuming a lot of color grading videos. Shout out to my dog Curly Soul. If y'all haven't, please go see the cinematography reel that they put out today. I'm doing a shout out right now, and it's on my community page, but I'm doing it right here live. So go check out Curly Soul's cinematic reel that she put out. Sorry. They put out. When I tell y'all, I was in awe. Like, they channel already bombed to me. They channel already bombed to me. But the cinematic reel was like, whoa, this is what you've been hiding? Like, if you don't give us some BTS, please give us some BTS because I was just like in awe. Like, I had to share it with somebody who knew somebody else. Like, it had me like, whoa. Okay, cool. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want to see. So go look at they cinematic reel, Curly Soul. But shout out to them because they are the person who told me about um what's the channel? What's the channel? Oh, I was just watching this man's channel. Lazy Filmmaker and Cullen, something Cullen. Either way, they're colorist. And so, like I told y'all last live, I am consuming the things that I want to hone in on. I got my storytelling down pack. I got my camera angles down pack. So right now, my goal is to get better at color grading. And so I've been consuming those two channels, Lazy Filmmaker and I think it's Steve Cullen. Don't quote me on that. But look up famous colorists or colorists on YouTube. He should pop up. Either way, I've been looking at Lazy Filmmaker and Cullen. Don't quote me on that. Now, the Lazy Filmmaker, I'm 100,000% about. Their channel is called Lazy Filmmaker. But the Cullen guy, he's a colorist here on YouTube. I've been looking at those two channels, and I got those recommendations from my dog Curly Soul. So shout out to them for that because it has been an amazing, awesome ride consuming the colorist videos. My color grading is definitely upgraded from what it used to be. And so I'm excited about that. So yeah, so those are the two channels that I've been consuming lately. Nothing else really outside of the people that I originally watched. Aaron Reactivated being one of those channels, Big Cook, Curly Soul, um, who else? Who else do I watch? I watch Daniel, formerly known as $5 Film School. Of course, my dog Brady. Um, I watch my dog Brady. Even though I don't know him, but I love his videos because them cinematography breakdowns is crazy. You should get a light meter. It will change the game for you. That's more money on top of more money. I don't know if you've been watching my videos, Aaron, but my exposure has been on point, sir. Just saying. Just saying now. My exposure has been on point, brother. 110. Uh, so I haven't got any complaints about my exposure now. Say it's the right money. Yeah. Woo. Too much money for me. And then it's just another learn. It's not about complaints. It's about ratios. No, I feel you on that. I feel you on that, but my shit been on point. So I haven't even been concerned about that. DP's talk in terms of exposures, of exposure ratios. I feel you. Respect, respect. Like I say, I'm still learning. I'm always a student of the game. Period. Period, poo. Like I said, that's the reason I still consume Brady's videos because his shit just be on point to me. And that's funny. As much as I want to be behind my camera, the inquiries that I've been getting, been about editing and color grading people's videos. I don't know why. that is a thing. And I'm not just saying that to say it. I don't know why that's been a thing. But that's what the inquiry has been about. And then I'm just like, inquiries with an S, mind you. I'm just like, I'm not a colorist. I'm not this, I'm not that. So you should check IRE levels of your images to confirm. I do. My videos are underexposed. But you can't necessarily tell because the Gamma 2.4, if you're exporting your videos um through the Gamma 2.4s, it's giving you a little level of exposure. Without a light meter or scopes, you're guessing, and that makes your images inconsistent. Right. I feel that. But I definitely do use my scopes in DaVinci. I use my scopes a lot. Trust me. I've been paying very close attention to that, especially now that I've been consuming those two channels, because they talk about that stuff a lot. Not necessarily like lighting or exposure, but they talk about, how to read your scopes, how to, what I'm saying? Like really get into the technical aspect. Lazy Filmmaker, his is more about like coloring, dark skin, which I am. So that's the reason I like his channel. And then the Cullen guy, he gets into more technicalities of color grading. And then he breaks down what they're for, what they use it for, how to use it. So I definitely been using my scopes for sure. But yeah, you saying your videos are underexposed, but the fact that you're rendering out, um, I mean when you're shooting, not in post. Hmm. Um, but yeah, you rendering out in Gamma 2.4 gives you a couple of stops of exposure. Believe it or not. Believe that or not. It gives you a little exposure. Aaron, I feel like you trying to tell me something without telling me something. Are you trying to say that my images are underexposed, brother? Please let me know. Or are you just giving advice? I got to know. Do you have any movies in the works? I do, Cliff. But they on pause. They on pause. How are you using how are you using scopes when you're shooting? Shit, I'm not. I got my zebra on. I got my zebras on, and I also use my eye. You told me directly what? Right, yeah, you told me back then when my images were underexposed, but now you can't say that. Brother, you could put anything that I've done since I've had my camera. There is nothing underexposed about any image that I have put down. Oh, think I want a new chair or another pillow. I need a pillow. I had this chair for a while, bro. It's okay, that's my point. If you had a light meter, you can more closely achieve the look you want because you'll be using exposure ratios. Oh, shit. Because you'll be using exposure ratios. You know what's funny? I got a... What the hell is it? It's somewhere in my cabinet. I got a little cheap light meter, but to spend $300-400 right now, I ain't got it in me. I ain't got it in me. You can get a light meter app on your phone. Yeah, but it's not really consistent. Honestly, to be honest with you. It's not really consistent for real. Yeah, I was looking at those expensive ass ones. The light meters is like $1,000, $500. I'm like, ooh, for a light meter is wild. It says it's all good, just trying to help. Yeah, no, I feel you. I appreciate it. But right now I don't have that kind of money. It says, are fog machines worth getting? I believe so. I like them. But you can also get, that's funny. You can also get atmosphere spray. Uh, this joint right here, this works just as good. The only thing about this is it leaves like it said no light meter app. It's consistent because it's always doing the same thing. It gives you, right, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Aaron. I don't want the light meter app on my phone. If I'm gonna get a light meter, I want an actual light meter. It might be accurate, but it's better than guessing because you can still work off the ratios. Wait, are you saying the app is okay? I'm confused. So are you saying the app is consistent, or are you saying the actual light meter? So leaves like a substance on your lens and stuff like that. Like if it's too close to it, like wherever your light is, if your camera is close, it'll leave like a like a substance on your lens that you have to wipe them down. So you got to be really careful with this stuff. But this is like a quick, super quick. This is super quick. Like I'll use this before I pull out my fog machine. Be honest. Yeah, I use that before I pull out my fog machine. Oh, but the machine version doesn't do that. No, I haven't found that the machine when I use the fog machine, it's not let's wait. So the light meter app will give you ratios even if it's not 100% accurate. Oh, okay. Okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. But yeah, no, when I use my fog machine over that, I don't find that film on my accessories that's around it. It's just the smoke. Now, Aaron is right, the fog is thick, so you just gotta weave it out. Like turn the fan on or take a board and just weave it out until it turns into haze. So, but yeah. If it's 4-1, then it's 4-1. Wait, it said if it's 4-1, then it's 4-1 even if the exposure isn't 100% correct, accurate. Oh, I hate math. I hate it. I hate it. I hate math. Aaron, you just giving me another reason to study more. That irritates me. There's so much shit to learn. You shouldn't be using a fog machine. You should use haze. They are not the same thing. Yeah, but fog turns into haze. Like, I get what you're saying, but the fog does turn into haze once, like I said, when you weave it. Usually, if I'm going to use my fog machine, my ceiling fan is on, or I'll take one of my little cheap negative field boards and just fan it out. Fan it out. And it'll turn into haze. It fills up the room a little bit more than the actual atmosphere joint. Or the one that I have, either way. If you want to replicate looks, you need to learn the ratios or just keep guessing. Whatever, dude. Listen here. Listen here, man. No, it does not. You tripping. You know how many times I done turned fog into haze? I work with SFX people. They are not the same. I guess. Anybody else, listen, I done watched a lot of videos before I bought this fog machine. And anybody else have said that is definitely the same. Say, I'm going to let you have it. Hey, it's been working for me. I don't use it that often, but when I do, it works. What video did I use my fog machine on? I'm trying to think. On my low light silhouette video, I used my fog machine for that. And turned that fog into haze. But anyway, y'all, I'm about to go play me some Xbox. Eat me some lunch. Chill out for a bit. Relax my mind. It's Sunday. So it's rest day. I hope y'all got up. Y'all prayed. Thank the Lord for the day. And Aaron, I hope you put a video out today. I need something to watch while I eat my lunch. It said no union professional has ever said they are the same. I guess, brother. I guess. I don't know. But I'm going to let you have that one. But yeah, I hope y'all got up today. Thank the Lord for the day. And hopefully y'all going out here and shoot something. And I will holler at y'all later. Thank y'all so much for coming in. Appreciate you, Aaron. Like I said, I hope you dropping a video today because today is Sunday. Today your drop day. So I'm going to go check it out if you have. But I'll holler at y'all later, man. Thank y'all so much for stopping through. And yeah. Peace to the Middle East, hell, Greece, and all that. Peace.